Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier, and in my this particular video I am going to discuss about ecosystem of Hadoop. So in my previous video I have already given you brief introduction and history about Hadoop. That is, Hadoop is an open source software platform for distributed storage and for distributed processing of very large data set on computer cluster built from commodity hardware, right? And each point in the definition I have explained also in my previous video. You can check the link I will be providing in the description box. Okay, now in the ecosystem of Hadoop there are several components. In this particular video I am going to discuss some of them. In my next video I will discuss the rest. Okay, the first major component is HDFS. Okay, so what is that? See, Hadoop is used for distributed storage as well as distributed processing. Now the distributed storage part is taken care of by HDFS. It is nothing but data storage component. Okay, what is the full form? Hadoop distributed file system. Okay, so in my previous video I have shown you the source or history of Hadoop. There I have discussed that Google have already published two papers in the initial days of revolution of Hadoop. One is GFS, that is Google File System. Another one was our MapReduce. Okay, MapReduce was the data processing algorithm which is used in this scalable way, kind of divide and conquer nature. Okay, and that GFS is basically the Hadoop version is called HDFS. Okay, GFS was Google File System. When we have mapped that to Hadoop related thing, then we said that as HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System, and GFS was Google File System. So simple definition we can say like this: system that allows distribution of storage across cluster of computers. Okay, that is simple words, distributed storage computation is achieved by HDFS. Okay, so storage part is clear. Another very important part which I have discussed during Hadoop, that is distributed computation, and we know that HDFS is taking care of the storage part, so someone need to take care of the distributed processing part also, and that is taken care by yarn. Okay, yarn full form is yet another resource negotiator. Okay, this is the data processing part of Hadoop. So initial days what happened when Hadoop, there was release of Hadoop 1.0. In that time there was only two components. One was HDFS, another one was MapReduce. MapReduce was used for data processing and MapReduce was used for the resource management also, that is which node or which computer present in cluster will perform which task at what time, that is scheduling. All this resource management part also was taken care of by MapReduce as well as data processing. Now as the time went, the pressure on MapReduce to do all these things simultaneously increased. So what the programmers, developers thought, to separate the work of taking care of the resource management and data processing separately. Okay, and in that time in Hadoop 2.0 the yarn came. Okay, yarn is yet another resource negotiator. Yet another means MapReduce was doing that previously the job, yet another we are adding so that MapReduce pressure get reduced by some amount. Okay, so yarn is data processing part of Hadoop. Full form is yet another resource negotiator, one of the very important concept in related to Hadoop interview process. And as I have told you, this is the system that manages the resource on our computing cluster. That is, it acts like primary scheduler. Which node, that is which computer present in cluster will perform a certain task at what time. Okay, which node are available for extra work, so that we can if we get any work, the node which is free, we can assign the work to that node. Okay, all this resource management was taken care of by yarn. Okay, we can say in simple words, as this is resource manager, so we can say heartbeat of our cluster which is going on. Okay, because our cluster gets work timing or work distribution, all these things are taken care of by yarn. Okay, so we can say this is heartbeat of our cluster. Then obviously the major component MapReduce. Okay, MapReduce is nothing but kind of divide and conquer only. First divide your work into small parts, perform those, accumulate the final result. Okay, but in a very high scalable way. Okay, this is programming model that allows you to process data across the entire cluster. Okay, so it contains mappers and reducers. Okay, map reduce, map for mappers and reduce for reducers. Okay, what is mappers, what is reducers? That is nothing but mappers have ability to transform data into parallel across your entire computing cluster in a very efficient manner. That is what it will do basically. Mappers will divide the work throughout your all the commodity hardware, and reducer what it does, aggregate the data after processing. In broad way we can say like this. Okay, so whatever idea, one abstract idea we have got of Hadoop ecosystem, that can be drawn like this. First one is HDFS, okay, distributed storage. Yarn, distributed processing. Then MapReduce, okay, actual algorithm which runs like divide and conquer. Okay, this is what we got. These are major components of our Hadoop. Along with that, there are many components. I will be discussing two major of them based on this. Okay, now MapReduce, you can understand kind of divide conquer but very efficient way. The code can be written in Java, in Python, or in your favorable language. The problem is that the code for implementing MapReduce from the scratch is bit difficult. Okay, now if you are loving programming, then obviously you will enjoy to write the code, but it is not always possible due to time, lesser amount of time for any particular project, and very high complexity also comes if you write MapReduce code from the scratch. So instead of that, what happened, later scientists model such thing, such software, such technology, that we can apply SQL like query language, and internally it will convert that query to MapReduce model and apply on our dataset. Okay, because writing query is very simple compared to writing code. So for that, two very interesting technology came. One is Pig, another one is Hive. Okay, almost similar. What is Pig? It is abstraction of MapReduce. As I have told you that a MapReduce writing the code is bit tedious, so instead of that we write SQL like query language, scripting language, and this is what about Pig. So Pig will come over MapReduce because it is abstraction of MapReduce. Okay, now Pig is used by mostly scientists. Okay, now if you love actual structured query language, like if you have studied Oracle or MySQL, then you will enjoy to write the code in Hive, because it is also structured query language, but it is very much similar. The similarity in between Pig and other SQL is lesser than Hive and other SQL language. Okay, Hive, it supports only structured data. Okay, Pig also supports unstructured data, but Hive, like our structured query language, only supports structured data, that is majorly used for reporting. Okay, that is making abstraction, abstract result from the data whatever we are getting, filtering, aggregation, all these things which we perform using our SQL, that we can use in Hive, and that is termed as HiveQL, Hive query language. Okay, so Hive is, as I have told you, Hive is also abstraction of MapReduce. Internally it converts the query to MapReduce, so again it will be placed over MapReduce only. So the structure which we have achieved can be seen like this: first HDFS, then Yarn, then MapReduce, then Pig, then Hive. Okay, and there is one beautiful technology, Scoop. What you can do with this, you can directly connect your Hive with relational database. That is, suppose in your relational database there are some table, okay, where some data is present. You can directly scoop it using this particular technology to Hive, or you have, after processing, you have got some table, okay, in Hive. Now you want to put that in your relational database. Okay, then you can use Scoop and put that in your relational database. Okay, so Scoop is also very important part and technology in our Hadoop ecosystem. Okay, so these are some major components of Hadoop ecosystem. Apart from that, there are Spark, there are machine learning libraries, there is HBase, all these things I'll be discussing in my next upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.